Okay, guys, so welcome back. First of all, I would like you to take a look at, sorry, here on our webpage, we have some tips that are very important for our virtual classes. Okay, so before joining the class, it's important to join it with your microphone muted. Okay, so in this way, it's gonna be more organized. Okay, and of course you need to be on time. So congratulations because everybody was on time today. You need to have ready your book. Please let me know if you don't have your book at home. So if somebody doesn't have the book at home, let me know and I will take the picture for you of the book. I will send you the activity, the exercise that you need to do through your email account. So if you didn't, or if you don't have your book at home, let me know. All right. So during the lesson, to participate, you can write on the chat, teacher, I want to say something, or I have a question. And then I'm going to say, okay, to give you the turn to speak, you activate your microphone and you can ask me the question, okay? So please pay attention to the teacher and take notes. And after each lesson, you can, as I was mentioning before, you can check the YouTube channel of the teacher to check again the lesson. So maybe you forgot what the homework was about, so you can go again and review the lesson. And of course, be responsible with your tasks. There's gonna be a free practice that I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna explain the activities, and that's like an autonomous learning practice. Okay, and I'm going to tell you specifically which activity is going to be graded, or you are going to receive a score for it. Okay, so these tips are very important for you to take them into account. Okay. Now, in terms of the performances of this term, you have them on Santillana. Okay, so we are going to upload there the performances. If you have a printer at home, print the performances and paste them on your notebook. If you can't print, so copy them on your notebook. But you should have the performances of the second term on your notebook. Okay, so that's very important. Now, this is our lesson today. So at the end of this lesson, you are going to be able, or you will be able to identify the difference between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. So the idea is to check why are they so different. So let's start here with this topic. Okay. So basically, the present perfect, we use it to talk about something which happened in the past and it has a clear result in the present, okay? Or it affects your present in a negative way or in a positive one. So we have here the example of a boy who broke his leg. So as his leg is still broken, so we need to say he has broken his leg. So in this moment, in the present, we can see the negative result of that action. So so in this moment, we can check that that action that started in the past, it's important now, and it has a result in the present. So that's why we use present perfect for. So the example is he has broken his leg. And I have here another example. They have just made a cake. So I want you to notice that in both sentences, we have here have and because it's third person, we have has, right? But in this moment, this verb have or has is not the same verb as a possession, you know? When I say I have a cat, it's possession, right? But in these sentences, the verb have, it doesn't have anything to do with possession. In this moment, it's a different verb. You know the meaning of this verb in this context, in this sentence? Maybe, Andres, do you know the meaning of this have and has in this context? Could you please activate your microphone and let
Yes,
me know?
teacher. I don't know.
No, you don't know in this case. If I
No.
say he has broken his leg, you know the verb is break. Hmm?
Teacher,
Yeah.
supongo que have, o sea, que yo sepa, si significan lo mismo, ¿no? Has y have significan lo mismo. Solo que has
Yes.
se usa en presente, cuando es
In
en
third
presente,
person.
en tercera
Present?
persona.
Yeah. In
Ok,
present. Yeah.
ok,
For he, she, it. But in this moment, is not the verb tener, is not possession in this case, but it's the verb haber. Es el verbo haber. Él se ha roto la pierna. ¿Sí?
ok, teacher.
Es el verbo haber. So in this case, he has broken his leg. And in this example, they have just made a cake. So they started baking or making the cake before in the past, but in the present now there is a result. We have the cake. And here I have just, and it means that the action was recently done. Yes. So let's imagine that your mom made a cake. Yes. She was in the kitchen and she said, "Hey, the cake is ready. Now you can eat it." So you can say, "My mom has just made a cake," or "She has just prepared a cake." Okay. Now it's important for you to take into account that we have a list of verbs and there are three columns, right? The first column is like the base form that we use it in present. The second column is the simple past. And the third column of the verb is the past participle. That column, the third one, it's the one that we are going to use for the present perfect. Okay? So if you remember, the base form of romper is break, right? The second column, who remembers what is the past of break? The second column, who can tell me?
Broke.
Exactly, very good, broke. And the third column, the past participle, is broken. Okay, that's why in the present perfect and in this example, we have broken. He has broken his leg. So it's very important for you to take into account that for present perfect, we use the third column of the verbs. Okay, they go after the verb have or has in this case. Okay, now we use the present perfect to talk about life experiences, okay, that happened in the past at any time. It doesn't matter. It's not necessary to be specific on the time to talk about this, because you can say, I have read 3 books. And the meaning of that is, yo he leído 3 libros. I have read 3 books. But it's not necessary to be specific on the time. Of course, you can say, I have read, I don't know, 20 books in my life. You can say that. And here I have an example. I have been a teacher for 10 years. So here I use the preposition for to be specific on the time. Okay. And here, you know that the present of this verb is swim. The past is with a, swam. And the third column of this verb, the past participle, is with you, swam, with you. So I can say, I have swam with dolphins. And yes, this is me. This was real. It was in Santa Marta. It was a nice experience that I really recommend you to have one day, someday in the future. So we can use the present perfect to talk about our experiences, okay, in our life. Now, I want you to check these common expressions, time expressions that you can use with the present perfect. Already, ever, for, just, once, twice. Once, it means that only one time in your life you did that. So, for example, I don't know. We can say I have been to Australia once, for example. Only one time in my life I traveled there. That's just an example. Or twice, it means two times. So I've been to Vancouver twice. Recently, never, for a long time, so far, since, and you can be specific on the year where when that action or you had that experience. Okay, and yet basically it's used when you ask a question. Have you done the homework yet? Or in negative, so we use yet for questions, for asking questions, and in negative. So I have here an example. I haven't finished the homework yet. It means that you still need to work on your homework. It is unfinished, yes, in this moment, at that moment. So I haven't finished my homework yet. But if a person finish the homework, this person can say, well, I have an example with he. His or he has, this is the contraction of has. Of this has, so I only add the s. He has already finished the homework. So the homework was completed. He has finished the homework. Or I can say he's already finished the homework. In terms of pronunciation, will be his. He's finished. Or here you have the contraction of I have. I have been to Canada twice. I can say I've been to Canada twice. And she has never been to Paris. Now, Santiago Barrios, could you please activate your microphone?
Sí, señora.
Okay, please read this sentence, but with the contraction. How would you do it?
She has never been to Paris.
Okay, so you say she has never been to Paris, but in the contraction, like this example, how would you read it with the contraction?
She's never
She's,
been to Paris.
yes, excellent. She's never been to Paris. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna see the difference between the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. So we use this one, the continuous form, to talk about actions that started in the past and are still in progress or have happened repeatedly until now. So in this case, it's for unfinished actions. So the actions are not completed at all. So I can say, I have been reading a book during the quarantine. So the book is still there. Yes, I'm still reading it during these days. So I haven't finished the book yet. Yes, I haven't finished the reading of the book yet. So I haven't completed that action. And actually, it's true. I'm reading that book. It's very interesting. I really recommend this book to your parents. Okay, so this is one example. So if you notice, the structure is, okay, the person, then we have, been, and the main verb is with ing because this action is still in progress, okay? Now, we can use the present perfect continuous to emphasize how long actions have been in progress for. So I could be specific in the time here. So I can say she has been or she's been chatting with her friends all afternoon. So there are some common time expressions for you to use in this present perfect continuous. So we have recently, all of these, all of these time expressions are important for you to take them into account when you are writing or speaking in present perfect continuous. When you want to emphasize that the action is unfinished. So we have here an example. You've been learning English for a long time, right? In the school. You've been learning English. You haven't finished learning English yet. It means that still in the present, that action is in progress, okay? You have been, or you've been, the contraction, you've been learning English for a long time, like for 8 years, for example, something like that, okay? So we can use these common expressions. Okay, so now what I want you to do today is the following. So you're gonna have extra practice in these links. You will have these links on Santillana, but I just want you to take a look at these web pages. So here in this web page, the only thing that you need to do is to check the video. Okay, so you play the video for you to have more examples of these tenses, for you to have more examples of how to make the contractions with she's been or I've been, okay? So here in this web page, in this video, you are gonna have more examples. So the first thing that you have to do is to check the video, no more. Of course, if you want to read the information, it's okay, no problem, you can do it. But I suggest you to check the video, okay? Now, in the other web page, here you have 3 exercises, okay? So yes, you have here the options to choose if it's present perfect simple or present perfect continuous, okay? So we are gonna do the first one together. Who wants to participate? Activate your microphone if you want to participate. So in this case, it's I've been cycling, or I've cycled, and my legs are really tired now.
I've been cycling.
And my legs are really tired now. Okay, thank you so much. So there you need to choose one of the options, okay? And you continue with the other pages, and then you click on check answers. And in that way, you can notice if you understood the topic in a proper way, okay? So that's only extra practice for you. It's not necessary to send the evidence that you worked in these web pages because this is autonomous learning. So it's not necessary. It's just for you to have more practice on this topic, okay? But in the case of the book, on page 56, only I want you to do exercise A, only exercise A. So if you have your book there, you can check page 56, only A, no more. And next class, we're gonna start next class checking this together, but you need to do it before the class, okay? So this is your homework. It's not necessary to send a picture or something like that, no, because we're gonna check it together next class, only exercise A. And today on Santillana, you are gonna have a forum available for you to answer these 2 questions, okay? Where have you been and what have you done during the quarantine, okay? So you can answer this in present perfect simple or in present perfect continuous if you want to make an emphasis that the action hasn't finished yet. Yes. So for in my example that I have been reading this book during the quarantine. So in that case, it's present perfect continuous because that action is still in progress, right? So you can answer this question in present perfect simple or continuous. It depends on your experience, on your life, and take into account all the time expressions that you have here in the presentation. Remember that today I am going to upload the video of this lesson so you can check again in YouTube the lesson, the explanation, okay? You have there the examples. Also you have this information on your book at the end of it. You have a grammar reference, okay? So you can check this also on your book. So it's page 163. You have here the explanation of present perfect simple and 164 as well. So you have here the time expressions, everything. So check again the grammar reference on your book. So I am going to, wait a sec. So here on the chat, so you have the grammar reference on pages 163 and 164. Okay, so on the chat you have that information. Well, that's it for today. Having the slides, sure. I can share the link on Santillana as well, no problem. Yes, you will have the slides there as well, no problem. Thanks, Johan, for your suggestion. Anything else that you want to say, you want to add, or you have questions about what you have to do today? So remember that the first web pages, these web pages are for extra practice. I am not going to evaluate this. I mean, I'm not going to give you a score for this. It's autonomous learning, yeah? Next class, we're gonna start with, we're gonna start by checking the exercise A on page 56. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this on the chat. So that's your homework for next class. We're gonna check this. And today, you need to do in the forum, you need to answer in Santillana with at least 5 activities. Answer these questions, okay, in the forum in Santillana, at least 5 activities. And I am going to give you a score for this writing exercise. This practicing in the forum, you're going to have a score, you're going to have a grade, okay? Well, basically, that's it. It was nice to have you in my virtual class today. It's very different, of course, but it's really nice to continue with this process with you, okay? So have a nice day. Bye-bye, and see you in the next class.
Okay, teacher. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.